So one of the best benefits of using gymnastic rings or buying gymnastic rings is that they're actually portable. So as you can see, these rings are not actually permanently attached to this bar right here. I can actually unhook them and hook them back on. I can hook them onto this bar, onto the smaller bar behind me. Basically, you can tell where I'm going with this. You can basically hook them onto anything, so a tree or anything like that. So if you find like a good holiday resort or a spot where there's kind of nature nearby or a park, if you take your rings, it'll be a really good holiday because you can actually keep progressing, keep training, building strength and size on holiday, and you can actually go to places where there might be a really nice view and maybe at the top of a mountain or something, put the rings up there and it'll feel like a really good workout. So that's the first benefit of buying gymnastic rings, is that they're portable and you can have some scenic workouts. Another benefit of using rings is that you can do drop sets. So if you don't know, a drop set is basically one exercise followed by another that's easier, or basically using lighter weight. So one example of a drop set where I don't really need to demonstrate, it's quite simple to understand it, is like a press up with a clap. So clap press up followed by normal press ups. So it's a really similar movement or almost identical, and you're doing the second version, which is easier, immediately after the first version, which is harder. So the reason why this is really good is simply because you're upping the intensity, you're doing more reps in a shorter space of time, and you're going to get a really good pump. But in terms of the rings, the way you can do this is basically do tricep extensions. So put the rings quite high, do tricep extensions like that. This is for beginners, by the way. So that would be your first set. Let's say I can't do any more, then I just put them even higher and do them again. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to build up my tricep, but more importantly it's a drop set. So you're really going to get a good muscle pump, and all that protein, all that nutrients that you've been eating throughout the day is going to get rushed to the muscle, and it's going to basically build muscle. So that's just with the tricep. So you can do another version, which is basically press up. So I'll start a bit harder here, I'll go a bit lower. That's one. But let's say now I'm at 9 or 10 and I can barely do one more. Immediately to do a drop set, I'll just put the rings up like this and carry on. And so you can see by doing drop sets like that, with the rings, you can really boost your muscle gains in size and strength. So now I'm going to demonstrate something called a superset, which is similar to a drop set in a way, but it's basically you're going to be doing one exercise back to back with another exercise. With the drop set, you're doing one exercise that's harder and then another one that's easier. But with a superset, the difficulty doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. So a superset is basically one with another, and the best way to do this is to pair antagonistic muscle groups. So this basically means opposing muscle groups. So for example, chest is responsible for pushing and back is responsible for pulling. So this is a really good example of how you can do it. So this superset, I'm basically going to do rows with the rings and then go straight into press ups, so I can get a really good upper body pump. So for example, if I start off back here, I can start off with my rows. So right now I'm working my back, a major muscle group in the upper body. Okay, let's say I can't do any more. Immediately after that, I'll follow it up with press ups, and that is a superset. That's really good for your upper body. Same way, another way you can do a superset with the smaller muscle groups, for example, the tricep and the bicep, is you can go from doing bicep curls. 1, 2, let's say I can't do any more here. After this, I'll go straight into the tricep extensions, and I'll get a really good pump in my arms. So just to recap, a superset is doing 2 exercises back to back that are opposing in what they are doing. So the bicep does this, tricep does that, the chest pushes, the back pulls. That's a superset. So that pretty much covers the benefits of rings. Started off with how portable they are, and then the drop sets, so you can do harder to easier exercises quite easily. Just move the rings higher to make it easier, move them lower to make it harder. And then the final one was the supersets, which is my favorite one actually, because it gives you a really good pump. You can go from pulling to pushing or opposite muscle groups back to back and get a really good pump. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe and comment what more kind of videos you guys want to see.